There comes a moment in every life where comfort whispers, stay where you are, and fear shouts, you can't do it. It's in that very moment you must rise, not with a whisper, not with hesitation, but with boldness. You must force yourself, not because it's easy, not because it feels good, but because growth demands it, destiny requires it, and purpose waits for no one who hesitates. Think of a seed buried in the ground. Darkness surrounds it, the pressure of the soil weighs it down, and it cannot see the light. But do you know what happens? That seed does not wait for a perfect moment. It forces itself upward. It pushes through the dirt, defies gravity, and breaks through to the surface because the potential inside it will not be denied. That seed is no different from you. The greatness inside you cannot blossom until you push against everything that seems to bury you. Here's the truth no one tells you. The gap between where you are and where you dream to be will never feel comfortable. It will challenge you. It will demand that you wake up earlier, work harder, and confront every excuse that tries to convince you to stay the same. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Growth is uncomfortable because it's designed to stretch you into what you're meant to become. You can't discover strength until you face resistance. You can't know courage until you face fear. And you cannot fulfill your purpose until you force yourself to step into the unknown. History's greatest achievers, every single one of them, had to make a decision. They didn't wait for motivation. They didn't wait for someone to pat them on the back. They decided, if I don't push myself, I will miss my moment. Look at the visionaries, the pioneers, the leaders who changed the world. They were not given special permission to succeed. They forced themselves to rise when circumstances told them to quit. But let's bring this closer to home. Think about your own life. How many times have you talked yourself out of a dream? How many times have you allowed fear to dictate your decisions? How many times have you waited for perfect conditions that never came? Let me remind you, perfection is a myth. The perfect time is now. The perfect conditions are whatever you have at this very moment. The only thing that's required is your decision to act. You must force yourself to wake up when you feel like sleeping. You must force yourself to say yes to opportunities even when doubt creeps in. You must force yourself to leave the crowd and walk alone if that's what it takes. And when the world says that's impossible, you must force yourself to reply, watch me. Some of you are waiting for someone to save you, waiting for someone to hand you a solution. But I tell you today, no one is coming. The Savior you're waiting for is the decision you've been avoiding. Force yourself to take the first step, because the first step unlocks the second. And the second step reveals the third. Action builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence unlocks destiny. This is not just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the person you were created to be. That version of you is waiting on the other side of discipline. It's waiting on the other side of sacrifice. It's waiting on the other side of courage. You can't wish your way into greatness. You must work for it. You must fight for it. You must force it. Let today be the day you declare war on mediocrity. Let today be the day you silence every excuse. Let today be the day you take responsibility for your potential. You must force yourself, not because it's easy, but because your destiny is worth it. And when you do, you look back and realize that the struggle was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you into a force the world could never ignore. Growth requires discomfort. Growth only happens when you step out of your comfort zone. The process will be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for development and reaching your potential. Overcoming resistance. Just like a seed breaks through the soil to grow, you must push through resistance in your life. Overcoming challenges is essential to unlocking the greatness within you. Purpose demands action. Waiting for the perfect moment or perfect conditions only delays your progress. You must act now and force yourself to make the necessary changes to reach your purpose. Success is a choice. Great achievers didn't wait for motivation or permission to succeed. They made a decision to act. Success comes from the decision to rise, even when faced with doubts or obstacles. No one will save you. Relying on others or waiting for external help won't get you anywhere. The change you seek starts with you, and you must take responsibility for your own success. Discipline leads to destiny. True transformation happens through consistent discipline and sacrifice. Forcing yourself to take action today paves the way for your future success and fulfillment of your purpose. The first keynote of the speech, growth requires discomfort, speaks to an essential truth that is often overlooked in our fast-paced world. Real growth happens when we challenge ourselves. It is not in the moments of ease or comfort, but in the times of struggle and difficulty that we find our capacity to evolve and expand. It's a principle that runs contrary to what most people want to hear, but it is crucial if we are to reach our full potential. Growth in any form involves stretching beyond the boundaries of what we know and are familiar with. Whether it's personal, professional, or spiritual growth, it requires us to take on new challenges that might feel intimidating or uncomfortable. However, it's in this discomfort that we begin to change. Comfort zones are like padded rooms where nothing changes. It's safe, yes, but it is also limiting. Comfort zones are where potential goes to die. Consider a muscle. When we work out, we lift weights, run long distances, or push ourselves physically. Every time we push our limits, our muscles break down and experience discomfort. But through this discomfort, the muscle rebuilds, stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to handle future challenges. Growth works the same way. When you face a challenge that feels uncomfortable, you are, in essence, tearing down your old self and rebuilding yourself into a stronger version. The world we live in is designed to keep us in a state of comfort. Many advertisements, social media posts, and even societal norms suggest that we should seek happiness and success through ease. The idea of a quick fix, of shortcuts, or of a perfect, comfortable life is a seductive one. But in reality, success is not a product of ease. It is a product of persistence through adversity. The moment you commit to growth, you are making a conscious decision to embrace discomfort, to fight through it, and to emerge more powerful on the other side. One of the most difficult aspects of discomfort is overcoming the fear of failure. People often avoid challenges because they fear the possibility of falling short, of looking foolish, or of not succeeding. But this fear, if allowed to control us, will keep us stuck. The reality is failure is a natural part of growth. In fact, it is an essential part of it. Each failure teaches us a valuable lesson. Each setback builds resilience, and each moment of discomfort prepares us for the bigger challenges ahead. If we never face discomfort, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to learn from our mistakes and refine our skills. Many of us make excuses to avoid discomfort. We tell ourselves that we're too tired, too busy, or that the timing isn't right. But in truth, waiting for the perfect time will only leave us stuck. The perfect time does not exist. It's an illusion we create to avoid taking action. True growth begins when we decide to act despite the discomfort. It's when we push through the fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt, and take that first step towards something bigger than ourselves. Think of the great achievers in history, whether it's inventors, leaders, or entrepreneurs. They didn't stay within their comfort zones. They dared to venture into the unknown, faced tremendous odds, and encountered discomfort at every turn. But it was through that discomfort that they discovered their true potential and made lasting contributions to the world. In your own life, discomfort is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. The next time you feel that twinge of unease or uncertainty when faced with a new challenge, recognize it as a signal that you are on the right path. Growth requires discomfort, and without it, you cannot achieve the greatness you are capable of. So, when faced with difficulty, instead of retreating, lean in. Push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. You will find that it is in those moments when you feel most uncomfortable that you are closest to your breakthrough. The second keynote of the speech, Overcoming Resistance, dives into the critical role that resistance plays in our journey toward personal and professional growth. Resistance is not just something we face. It is an inevitable force that pushes against us whenever we aim for something greater. It can be external, like societal expectations, critics, or circumstances, or it can be internal, like doubt, fear, or insecurity. But regardless of its form, resistance is a natural part of the process and is something that must be overcome if we are to reach our fullest potential. One of the most powerful modes for understanding resistance is that of a seed breaking through soil. Imagine this. A seed lies buried in the darkness of the earth. The soil is dense, heavy, and cold. It seems impossible for that small. It simply forces itself through the resistance of the earth. And in doing so, it discovers its true potential and blossoms into something far greater than it could have imagined. This process mirrors our own lives. Every person who has ever accomplished something meaningful has faced resistance at some point, whether it's the resistance of time, financial hardship, lack of support, or the internal resistance of fear and self-doubt. We all encounter obstacles that seem to stand in the way of our progress. But what sets successful individuals apart is their ability to face this resistance head on and push through it rather than give up or retreat. The key to overcoming resistance is understanding that it is not a signal to stop. It is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Resistance often arises when we are on the verge of growth, when we are stepping into new territory, or when we are about to accomplish something beyond our current abilities. It is the universe's way of testing our resolve and our commitment to our goals. If we stop in the face of resistance, we will never grow. If we give up when things get difficult, we will remain stagnant. But when we push forward, we learn, we evolve, and we break through barriers we once thought were insurmountable. The internal resistance is often the hardest to deal with. This is the voice inside your head that tells you you're not good enough, you'll fail, or this is too difficult. It's the self-doubt, fear, and insecurity that rise up when you begin to step outside of your comfort zone. This internal resistance can be paralyzing if you let it control you. But the truth is, it's nothing more than a product of your mind, a series of thoughts that have no power over you unless you give them power. External resistance can come in the form of people, circumstances, or the environment around you. It could be a boss who doubts your abilities, a lack of financial resources, or the pressure of competing with others who seem to have more advantages. External resistance can feel overwhelming because it often comes from sources outside our control. However, how we respond to external resistance is what truly matters. You can't always change your circumstances or control the actions of others, but you can control your response. If you choose to view external resistance as a challenge rather than a threat, you will find that it becomes a catalyst for your growth, not an obstacle that holds you back. Resistance is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. It is a sign that you are on the edge of growth, on the verge of stepping into new opportunities and becoming a better version of yourself. The more you face resistance, the stronger you become. The more you push through difficult situations, the more resilient you become. Every moment of resistance is a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. There will always be challenges in life. There will always be forces trying to hold you back. But if you learn to see resistance as a sign of progress, you will never be discouraged. You will learn to take every challenge head on and use it as fuel for your growth. The key is not to avoid resistance, but to face it with determination, knowing that every struggle you overcome brings you one step closer to realizing your full potential. The third keynote, purpose demands action, underscores an essential truth. Your purpose, the reason you were created, cannot be fulfilled simply by dreaming or wishing for it. It demands action. No matter how clear your vision or how noble your intentions, if you do not take consistent, intentional steps toward your goals, your purpose will remain a distant possibility rather than a living reality. Purpose is not passive. It requires you to be active, deliberate, and persistent. Too often people spend years, sometimes entire lifetimes, talking about their dreams, their purpose, and their ambitions, but never take meaningful action to make them a reality. The difference between a dream and a goal is action. A dream remains a wish if it is not pursued. A purpose remains a concept if it is not worked toward. In fact, one of the most detrimental things you can do is to sit and wait for the perfect time, the right opportunity, or for everything to align before you take action. That perfect time will never come. The right moment will never present itself in the way you expect. The only way to turn your purpose into reality is to begin moving, even when you don't have all the answers, even when you don't feel fully prepared. Taking action is often the hardest part of pursuing your purpose. It requires courage to begin, persistence to continue, and faith to keep moving forward when the path ahead is unclear. It's easy to be inspired and excited at the beginning, but it's when challenges arise and doubts set in that action becomes difficult. However, this is precisely when action is needed the most. The process of chasing your purpose is not linear. It is filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. But every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your destination. Every action, no matter how imperfect, moves you forward. And it is in this constant movement that growth happens. A powerful aspect of purpose-driven action is that it doesn't always require grand, monumental efforts. It's often the small, everyday actions that make the most significant difference. You don't have to take giant leaps all at once. What matters is that you take consistent steps in the direction of your goal. Whether it's waking up an hour earlier to work on your passion, reading one chapter of a book that will help you grow, or reaching out to someone for guidance, these small actions compound over time and lead to extraordinary progress. Your purpose requires dedication to the process, not perfection. When you commit to action, you also commit to the idea that you will face obstacles. There will be moments when things don't go as planned. There will be times when you want to quit, when the road seems too long or too difficult. But in these moments, remember that action breeds results. The more action you take, the more you learn, the more you grow, and the closer you get to fulfilling your purpose. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about how you respond to setbacks. If you take action, you will encounter challenges, but you will also discover solutions. If you stay stagnant, nothing changes, and your purpose remains an unfulfilled dream. Your purpose is tied to your ability to act. Action is a force that brings your dreams to life, but it also cultivates the qualities you need to succeed: resilience, focus, and creativity. Purpose demands that you show up day in and day out, ready to do the work required. Purpose doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for commitment. For you to show up even when you don't feel like it. For you to continue moving even when the road is tough. When you act, you give life to your purpose. Your dreams, aspirations, and vision take form. You start to see the impact of your work, the fruits of your labor, and the alignment of your efforts with your true calling. This is when purpose becomes more than just an abstract idea. It becomes tangible. Action brings clarity, builds momentum, and leads to success. Every step you take toward your purpose is a step toward fulfillment, toward creating a life that is aligned with your highest calling. Ultimately, the message is clear. Purpose demands action. It is not enough to know your purpose or to feel passionate about it. You must take consistent, purposeful steps toward it. You must act with intention, even in the face of uncertainty. It's through these actions that you shape your destiny and transform your life into one that is truly meaningful and fulfilling. If you want to fulfill your purpose, you must be willing to do the work. Now, no more waiting. The time to act is always now. The fourth keynote, success is a choice, focuses on a fundamental truth that many overlook. Success does not happen by chance, luck, or external circumstances. It is a choice. A deliberate decision that you make every day to commit to your goals, your vision, and your dreams. Success is not something that comes to you as a reward after waiting long enough or hoping hard enough. It is something that you create through consistent actions, dedication, and a mindset that refuses to accept failure as an option. At its core, success is not a passive experience. It's an active one. People who achieve success are not waiting for the world to change around them. They don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They don't wait for permission from others. Instead, they make the choice to pursue their goals no matter the obstacles. And this choice is not a one-time decision. It is made over and over again every day in the small and large actions they take. Many people believe that success is a result of luck, or that it happens to only a few select individuals who are in the right place at the right time. However, this is a misconception. Success is not something that's handed to you. It is something you create through your choices, your mindset, and your willingness to keep moving forward. Every time you wake up and choose to work toward your goals, every time you refuse to quit when things get hard, every time you push yourself to be better, you are choosing success. This choice is what separates successful people from those who remain stuck. The successful understand that the road to achievement is not smooth and that challenges are a part of the journey. They also understand that success is not about avoiding obstacles, but about making the conscious decision to rise above them. Success comes when you decide despite the difficulties you face, that you will keep going, that you will continue working toward your goal, even when it feels impossible. In fact, one of the most important aspects of success is the mindset you adopt. A mindset of success is rooted in the belief that you are in control of your destiny. It's about understanding that the power to create your future lies in your hands. When you choose success, you also choose to take responsibility for your life and the direction it is heading. You realize that your circumstances do not define you. It's not where you start that matters. It's where you choose to go and how hard you're willing to work to get there. This mindset shift is essential because many people fall into the trap of blaming external factors for their lack of success. They blame the economy, their upbringing, their lack of opportunities, or other people for their circumstances. While these factors can certainly influence your life, they do not have to determine your future. You are not a product of your environment unless you allow it. Instead, you are a product of the choices you make. And the choice to be successful is always available to you. The sooner you take full responsibility for your own success, the sooner you will start seeing results. Making success a choice also requires a willingness to make sacrifices. Success is not always easy, and it rarely comes without some form of sacrifice. Whether it's sacrificing time, comfort, or temporary pleasures, you must be willing to pay the price for your success. But this sacrifice is not a burden. It's an investment in your future. Every choice to put in the work, to push past difficulties, and to stay focused on your goals is an investment that pays off in the long term. Another critical element of choosing success is persistence. Many people give up too soon. They may start a project, an initiative, or a new business venture, but when they face setbacks or slow progress, they give up. Successful people, however, understand that persistence is key. The road to success is rarely a straight line, and progress is often slower than we'd like, but by continuing to take action, by choosing to persist, even when it's tough, success will eventually follow. Success is often the result of someone who simply refuses to quit. In summary, success is not an accident. It is not a stroke of luck or a random event. It is a choice, one that you make every day through your actions, mindset, and persistence. When you choose success, you are taking control of your destiny. You are deciding that no matter what obstacles come your way, you will continue to move forward with purpose and dedication. The power to create success lies within you, and it starts with a conscious decision to make it happen. Success is yours for the taking, but it starts with the choice to pursue it relentlessly, regardless of the challenges you face. The fifth keynote, no one will save you, highlights a powerful truth that many people struggle to accept. No external force, person, or circumstance is going to rescue you from your struggles or push you towards success. While it's natural to look for someone or something to come along and give us the breakthrough we're hoping for, the reality is that we are ultimately responsible for our own success, growth, and transformation. If you want to change your life, you must take ownership of it. Waiting for someone to save you will only lead to frustration, stagnation, and missed opportunities. We live in a world that often encourages dependency. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect opportunity, the right person, or the ideal situation to come along and propel them forward. But the truth is that life doesn't work that way. No one is going to hand you your dreams on a silver platter. No one is going to solve your problems for you. You are the only one who can take responsibility for your future and take the actions necessary to create the life you desire. Success, fulfillment, and growth require a mindset of self-reliance and accountability. When you adopt the mindset that no one will save you, you begin to shift from a passive, waiting approach to an active, proactive approach. You stop waiting for things to change and start taking action to create the change you want to see in your life. You stop looking for someone to give you permission, and instead you give yourself the permission to act, to move forward, and to take ownership of your decisions. This shift is critical because it empowers you to be the driver of your own destiny rather than a passenger waiting for someone to lead the way. One of the biggest reasons people wait for someone else to save them is fear. Fear of failure, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of taking risks. But the reality is that you cannot move forward unless you are willing to take risks and face failure. No one can do that for you. You must take the first step even if you don't have all the answers. The fear of making a mistake or of facing setbacks can paralyze you, but if you wait for someone to swoop in and fix everything, you'll be waiting forever. It's in those moments of uncertainty, when fear is at its highest, that you must choose to move anyway, to take ownership of your journey and trust that even if you fall, you will learn and grow. When you choose to take full responsibility for your life, you are also choosing to let go of excuses. It's easy to blame others for where you are in life, your circumstances, your upbringing, or your environment. But this mindset keeps you stuck. While you cannot control everything that happens to you, you always have control over how you respond. By taking ownership of your actions and decisions, you take back your power. You stop being a victim of life and become the author of your own story. Another critical aspect of taking responsibility for your own success is learning how to be resourceful. When you realize that no one is coming to save you, you begin to think creatively and find ways to solve your own problems. You seek out the information, the tools, and the people who can help you along the way, but ultimately you understand it may require more effort, more determination, and more resourcefulness. But that's what makes the journey work. The key to thriving in life then is to embrace the fact that you are the primary agent of change in your own life. You cannot wait for someone to hand you success, happiness, or fulfillment. You must take the initiative to create the life you desire. You are responsible for your growth, your progress, and your results. When you take ownership of your journey, you empower yourself to shape your future, regardless of the challenges that may arise. It's important to recognize, however, that while no one can save you, you don't have to go through this journey alone. There will be mentors, coaches, friends, and supporters who can offer guidance, encouragement, and insight along the way. But the key is to remember that they're there to support you, not to do the work for you. You are still the one who must make the decisions, take the action, and face the challenges. They may offer wisdom, but the work to transform your life is yours to do. In the end, realizing that no one will save you is not a negative or discouraging realization. It's empowering. It's a wake-up call to stop waiting and to start taking action. The power to change your life is in your hands. Your destiny is determined by the choices you make, the actions you take, and the responsibility you accept for your own. The sooner you embrace this truth, the sooner you can step into the fullness of your potential and begin creating the life you were always meant to live. The sixth keynote, Embrace the Process, is about understanding that the journey to success is just as important as the destination. In our fast-paced world where instant gratification is often the norm, we tend to overlook the value of the process, the series of steps struggles, and lessons we must go through to achieve our goals. Many people focus solely on the end result, believing that success is simply a matter of reaching a particular milestone. However, this perspective misses the deeper significance of the process, which shapes us, teaches us, and ultimately equips us for the future. Success does not happen overnight. It's easy to look at someone who has achieved great things and believe that it was a simple or quick journey. But what's often hidden behind those success stories are years, sometimes even decades of hard work, perseverance, and failure. The process of getting there involves overcoming challenges, learning from mistakes, and adapting to ever-changing circumstances. Embracing the process means recognizing that each step, each setback, and each moment of discomfort plays a crucial role in shaping who we become. One of the key reasons people fail to embrace the process is that they expect immediate results. In a world where everything is accessible at the touch of a button, we've become accustomed to instant results. Whether it's through social media likes, on-demand entertainment, or fast food, this has conditioned us to expect the same from our personal and professional lives. We may want to achieve our dreams quickly, but the reality is that meaningful success requires time, effort, and patience. The process is what allows us to grow into the person capable of sustaining the success we are striving for. When you embrace the process, you learn to appreciate the small, seemingly insignificant actions that build up over time. Success is not about waiting for one big breakthrough. It's about the accumulation of consistent, purposeful effort. Each day you dedicate to your craft, each challenge you overcome, and each lesson you learn contributes to the bigger picture. Progress might not always be immediately visible, but every action you take is a step closer to your goal. Over time, these small steps compound, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. The process also teaches us resilience. The road to success is rarely smooth. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt. If you focus only on the end result, these challenges can feel like insurmountable obstacles. However, when you embrace the process, you begin to see these challenges as part of the learning experience. You understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but a necessary part of it. Each time you fail, you gain valuable insights that bring you closer to success. The process teaches you to bounce back, to keep going, and to grow stronger in the face of adversity. Additionally, the process encourages self-discipline and consistency. It's easy to start something, but it takes determination and commitment to keep going, especially when the path gets tough. Success isn't just about having a great idea or an inspiring vision. It's about the day-to-day actions you take toward making that vision a reality. Embracing the process means sticking to your goals even when motivation wanes. It means showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that each small effort is building towards something greater. Consistency is often the key differentiator between those who succeed and those who give up. Another important aspect of embracing the process is that it allows you to develop patience and perspective. In our world of instant gratification, it's easy to become frustrated when things don't happen as quickly as we'd like. However, by focusing on the journey rather than obsessing over the destination, you learn to appreciate the progress you're making, even if it's slow. Patience gives you the endurance to keep moving forward, and perspective helps you to see the value in each moment, even when the end goal feels distant. Finally, embracing the process helps you stay grounded. It reminds you that success is not an end point, but a continuous journey. When you focus solely on the destination, it's easy to lose sight of the purpose behind your goals. Embracing the process helps you stay connected to your why and keeps you motivated even during difficult times. It reminds you that the real value is not just in reaching your goals, but in who you become along the way. In conclusion, the process is where growth happens. The journey to success is not just about achieving the final outcome, but about the person you become as you work toward it. Embrace each step, each challenge, and each lesson. Learn to appreciate the small actions, develop resilience in the face of setbacks, and stay disciplined and patient. Success is not just a destination. It's a continuous process that transforms you into someone capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. So instead of rushing to the end, learn to love the journey. Embrace the process, for it is through this journey that you will truly grow, evolve, and succeed. In conclusion, the path to success is not a simple linear journey. It requires effort, commitment, and a willingness to overcome obstacles. Every point we've discussed, whether it's forcing yourself to act, recognizing that your purpose demands effort, understanding that success is a choice, taking responsibility for your own life, or embracing the process, comes down to one fundamental truth. You are the creator of your own destiny. No one will come to save you, and no one will give you the life you want unless you choose to put in the work to make it happen. It's in the small daily decisions, the persistence through challenges, and the willingness to embrace the full process of growth that success is achieved. Remember, purpose is not achieved overnight, but rather through the consistent, deliberate actions you take. Success is the result of embracing responsibility, choosing action, and committing to your personal growth every step of the way. As you move forward, never forget that the power to change your life is in your hands. You're not waiting for something external to change. You are actively creating the life you want. Keep pushing. Keep learning and keep growing, because in the end, the journey itself is where true transformation takes place, and success is the beautiful result of embracing each part of it. Your future is determined by the choices you make today, and as long as you choose to act with purpose, resilience, and dedication, success will be yours.